Yo, my name is Fresh Ghost and welcome to my studio. This is my very first video and today I'm gonna show you how I did my refresh of La Camisa Negra by Juanes, which is a song that I already played in my sets, but I decided maybe let's give it a twist and something that fits the Fresh Ghost sound a little bit more. So let's get into it. Ladies and gentlemen, enjoy. Yes sir, there we go. Welcome to the studio and today I'm gonna show you my La Camisa Negra refresh. A few side notes before we start. First of all, I did this production on another laptop, so some of the plugins do not work properly. I hope you guys don't mind. I'm gonna try to get through this as good as I can, and for content purposes I'm gonna try to keep this both interesting for the basic listener as well as the experienced producer. So everyone kind of has something to learn, hopefully. I hope you guys like it. So let's get into it. First of all, what I normally start with is the drop. So the drop kind of sounds like this. And it goes on for a little bit. Side note as well, I did not master this track inside the project, but I mastered it in another project, so I'm not gonna talk about that today, not gonna get into it. The stuff that's on my master right now, which I think you see, is just to keep the levels okay for YouTube. So if it does sound a little bit different than the final version, you know why that is. So let's get into the project. I tend to start with the drums to get a vibe going. Let's see what the kick and the drums sounds like together, which is just kind of basic moombahton beat with some Latin percussion added to it. Not that much going on really. The kick is also quite basic. So the kick consists of two parts. One is more for the low end, for the mids, sounds like this. And then I added another kick to it, which is mainly just a tick to give some transient, to give some attack and tone to the kick. It's a really short, tiny thingy. And together they sound like this. That's it for the kick. For the drums, we have a lot of plugins that don't work, but it's kind of easy. We have some impact, snares, some thingy. If you're in doubt, always use more cowbell. So let's get on to the bass. I think actually one of the plugins isn't working, which is the ABPL. It's a bass guitar VST, so it emulates a bass guitar, which doesn't work right now. I'm so sorry. I tried to get this working actually, but it doesn't. It is not supported on the M1 Apple laptops, I think. I didn't get it work anyway, so if somebody knows how to get it work, please let me know. So this is the bass line, and it's kind of funny because I sampled some of the original bass line in the latter part, which on its own sounds trash. Let's be honest, but it kind of works in the song. So this is like the normal bass line that I made from samples. It's probably an 808, and then it's original. I'm not sure what happened there, but it kind of works in the entire track, so I decided to just leave it in. And then there's the bass guitar plugin that doesn't work at the moment, ABPL, which is pretty nice, and it added like a bass guitar sound to it to accentuate the original bass guitar sound more. Let's see what we have. I think the guitar is mainly just rhythmic help, so to say. So this plays in the second part of the drop. And then there's a part of the original guitar that plays and kind of fills in the spots at the end of the loop. Then we go to the most interesting part, if you ask me, which is the brass section, which consists of the trumpets and the low brasses. Brasses? So what did I do here? I froze the trumpets because they probably overloaded my CPU on the other laptop. As far as I can see, I did some EQing, some reverb automation, some distortion, more EQing, some OTT mastering, some OTT compressing to get out the silent parts a bit more. I actually did this bootleg on a live stream on Twitch back in the day when I made it, which is not the date you see here, but it's way earlier. I think I have this tune lying around for like half a year, maybe even more. And a friend of mine said to me, yo man, you should just make something way different than the drop. I was kind of struggling. Shout out to Rafael, Mr. Diddy Dutch, Mr. Face Nation. Shout out to him for giving me this tip. He said, okay, maybe you should just do something completely irrelevant to the original tune. So what I did is I took a trumpet loop from Kashmir and I cut it up, pitched it all over the place, made my own melody. And it kind of ended up like this. I felt it needed a bit more tone and character, so I added this kind of plucky sound, plucky trumpet to it. You can hear it really brings out the sound. And then there's this short little thing here. So in the entire track, I felt like the first note of the drop had to be kind of taking you into the track. And I felt like, okay, it was okay. It could use some more depth to it, I guess. This is a really subtle difference, but this sound brings some extra tone to the first note, and it just lifts it more into the drop to me. And it only plays at the very beginning of the drop, on both drops, by the way. On the second part of the drop, I just pitched the entire melody one octave down. And then there's some low brasses to just give some vibe. This is a really distorted sound that I once made, I think. To give some depth. To give some depth to the track. That's about it for the brass section. Then we have some basic effects going on. Just basically noises, sweeps, crashes. See what this is here. So that's about it for the drop. Then we have some vocals going on in the drop, but it's really just subtle adds and stuff. So it's just the original a cappella vocal, but with a lot of delay, echo to make it more wide and like smooth it more into the drop. And then there's a hoi to add some more human nature to it, I guess. I don't know. So that's about it for the drop, I think. Let me know if I lost some things or if I forgot some things. But for now, that's it for the drop. After that, when I finish that, like the basis of it, I'm gonna make an arrangement, an idea of what I want with the track, thinking, okay, if I want to play this, what do I need in the track. So I decided for this tune, I need a part where the original is kind of the main carrier of the track to get the people to recognize the song and be like, oh, hey, I know this song. I like it. Let's dance to it a little bit. And then there must be a phase where you hear, oh, wait, this is not the original. This is a remix. Let's see what happens. And that's kind of what I'm starting to think right now. And then I make arrangements. So what we see is most of the time I do the intros and the outros. That's mainly for the DJs anyway. So I do those last. So now it's time to figure out where I want to go with the rest of the track. So what I did here is we had the intro and I decided, okay, what happens if we just keep the original track playing till the pre-chorus? Or the bridge, whatever you want to call it, and then have it kind of filtered out. So what I did is I was able to get the a cappella and the instrumental both separately. I'm not gonna play these to you right now due to copyright reasons. You can listen to the full track on SoundCloud anyways, so you can kind of get to figure out yourself what is happening here. It's mainly just the original playing. And then what happens is I filter out the instrumental. I still have the vocals playing and I bring in some chords that play with the original chords, which sounds like this. And then we bring it back right into the chorus with the original guitar with it and, well, some build-up stuff basically. So we filter the drums. Let's see what happens here. I'm just gonna turn off the guitar real quick just to show you what happens besides from the original music. So what we can hear, the kick is filtered, it's gonna filter in towards the drop. There's some filtered drums coming in. We have some atmospheric guitar thingy. The brass is coming in at the second part of the build-up. Filtered as well. We have a lot of FX going on, like build-up filters. Really give it that build-up vibe. We also reverse the trumpet to kind of let people get familiar with the sound, if I can say it like that. And it helps a lot. So that's kind of it for the build-up. Then later on, the part behind the drop, we have the original guitar playing as well. And then some drums going on, blah, blah, blah. And instead of what I normally would do, instead of bringing back the original song and the original a cappella, I decided, okay, wait, I can do something else here. I can just go back to another build-up and have it like drop again instead of bringing the entire song back again, getting in a verse, a pre-chorus, a chorus, which takes like forever to build. I decided, okay, let's go. Let's just make another build-up and drop again. So I think I kind of used the same build-up vibes as in the original. Drums going on. So yeah, the second build-up is kind of the same. I added some elements, changed some elements here and there to differentiate it a bit from the first build-up and drop. And then, as you notice, in the second drop, I left a part open. So it drops like this. So for the second drop, I left some space open to not go with the same drop again, but give it some space to build some more and give it something unexpected, something you don't expect, which gives it a nice vibe and it makes the part extra special to me. And I decided to go in with all the drums right away, and I added a police sound because they are coming. I don't even know what that means, but it works to give it something more, a little bit of spice. And then we are already at the outro. So for the outro, I basically just used the same part as I used right behind the first drop. Played the guitar, filtered it some more, so it's a bit more like an outro, a bit more fading out. And that's basically it. That's basically the song. So yeah, guys, that's basically the song, My La Camisa Negra Refresh. It's out on SoundCloud if you like. You can download it for free. I hope you like this breakdown. Let me know if I missed some stuff, if there's stuff you want to know, stuff I could do better. This is literally my first video ever. So for me, this is very new. I'd love to hear your feedback, your comments. Hope you like it. Yeah, that's it. See ya.